Hi, so here's how to use this calculator. The trick seems to be making sure that you have the correct number in the payments per year slot, and you do that by hitting the second button and the second button and the payments per year. And so I'll show you a couple examples here. Let's go over problem number one. You deposit $5,000 into an account earning 6% annually. In 5 years, how much is in your account? So we're calculating the future value. So we know that our present value is $5,000. $5,000. We know the interest rate is 6%. We know that the number of periods is 5. And we know that there's no payment. And we're calculating the future value. Compute future value, $6,691. Whenever you move on to the next problem, make sure you clear out all the data that you just put in for your time value of money formulas. You can do that by hitting the second function, clear time value of money. Let's go on to problem number two. You deposit $5,000 annually into an account for 15 years. If the interest rate is 7.5%, how much do we have at the end of 15 years? So we're solving for the future value. So we know that we're starting with 0 as our present value. We're making a $5,000 payment every year. We know that our interest rate is 7.5%. And we know that number of periods is 15. We can check all our data by hitting the recall function just to make sure we input it correctly. Let's see. Number of periods, 15. Recall interest rate, 7.5%. Recall present value, none. Recall our payment, $5,000. And we're going to compute the future value, $130,591. On to the next problem. So we're going to clear out our time value of money. You will inherit a trust worth $500,000 in 7 years at an interest rate of 10%. What is the present value? Okay. $500,000, our future value. There's no payment. We're calculating the present value. The interest rate is 10% per year. And 7 years is our N. Let's verify our inputs. Recall N. 7 years, interest, 10%. Recall present value, none. That's what we're calculating. Recall the payment, none. Recall the future value, $500,000. We're going to compute the present value. Compute present value, $256,579. Okay, on to the next problem. Second, clear time value of money. Okay, this is one where we're going to have to change the number of payments per year. You know that you can afford a car payment of $325 a month for 4 years at 4.5% annually. What is the price you should be looking to pay for your car? So we're calculating the present value. Okay, we know that our payment is $325. Payment. This car has no future value. We're calculating the present value. We know that the interest rate is 4.5%. Interest per year. But now we're talking about monthly payments. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to hit second, number of payments per year. See, it says 1. We're going to make that 12. Enter. Now to get out of this payment per year equal screen, we have to hit second quit, which takes us back to the calculator. The one thing we still haven't entered yet is the number of periods. So we know that it's 4 years and it's per month, so I can do the math in my head and I know that's 48, but the calculator can do that for us. If you go 4, and then second multiply by payment per year, that'll say it's 48. So let's make that our N. Boom. Let's check our inputs now. So recall number of periods, 48, we know that. Recall the interest rate per year, 4.5. Recall the number of payments per year is 12. And remember, to get out of this screen, we have to do second quit. Recall the payment we're going to make, $325. What's the future value of our car? None. And we're calculating how much can we pay for this car today, or the present value. $14,252. Okay, on to the next problem. Second clear time value money. Okay, this is another monthly payment one. So we know that we're already, our mode is already 12 payments per year. So we're going to purchase a new truck for $65,000. The interest rate is 6% over 6 years, and we're trying to calculate a monthly payment. So we know that the present value of this truck is $65,000. We know that the future value of this truck is none. The interest rate annually, interest rate per year is 6%. And we're dealing with monthly payments, so we're going to just verify that we're still on monthly. Second payments per year is still 12, okay? To get out of this, second quit. And we know that we're going 6 years. So, and I'm doing the math in my head, so I know that 6 times 12 is 72, but we can let the calculator figure that out. 6 multiplied by the payments per year, 72. Hit N, that's our N. Let's verify our inputs. Recall number of periods, 72. Recall annual interest rate, 6%. Let's verify that we're still on 12 payments per year. Recall second payments per year. Great. Let's get out of this by doing second quit. The present value of this car is $65,000. The future value is none. And so we're computing our payment, which is $1,077. Let's move on to the next problem. Second clear time value of money. You love a house that costs $225,000 and your budget only allows you to afford a payment of $1,250 a month. But we don't know the interest rate. But we do know it's 20 years multiplied by a monthly payment. Okay, so we know that the cost of this house, $225,000. We know there's no future value of this house. We know that our payment is $1,250. We're calculating the interest rate. Let's verify that we're still on 12 payments per year. We are. And to get out of this, second quit. And we know that it's 20 years at 12 months. We'll let the calculator figure this out. 20 second payments per year. That's 240 total payments. So let's make that our N. Let's verify our inputs here. Recall our N, number of payments, 240. Recall the interest rate per year. Oh, that's what we're trying to figure out. Okay. Recall the present value of the house, 225. Recall the payment we can make, $1,250. And there's no future value of this house. And so we're going to calculate the interest rate per year. Compute. Error. Why? Let's start over here. Compute interest rate per year. That's not right. Okay, let's verify this. Okay, I lost all my inputs, so I'm going to start this one over. 225 is our present value. Our payments, $1,250. No future value. 20 years at 12 payments per year. Enter. 20 years at 12 payments per year, 240 payments. Let's verify our inputs, see if we can get the right answer this time. Number of payments, 240. Present value, 225. Monthly payment, $1,250. No future value. We're still talking about 12 payments per year. So let's calculate the interest rate. 3.0191. That's the annual. It also asks for the monthly, so you can just divide that by 12.2516. Okay, on to the next problem. Second clear time value of money. We need $10,000 in 6 years at 4.5% compounded quarterly. So we're going to have to change our number of payments per year from 12 to 4. How much do we need to deposit quarterly to get to our goal? So we're calculating a payment. So we know that our future value is $10,000. We're calculating the payment. We're starting with nothing. That's our present value. The interest rate annually is 4.5. However, now we're going to change the payments per year from 12 to 4. So second payment per year, 4, enter. And get out of this by doing second quit. And we know that we have 6 years quarterly. I can do the math. I know the number is going to, the n is going to be 24, but let's let the calculator do that. 6 years times number of payments per year, 24, that's our n. Okay, let's verify our inputs. We have 24 payments. We have interest rate of 4.5% per year. We have 4 payments per year. We started off with nothing. We're calculating the payment, and we know that the future value is $10,000. So let's compute our payment. $365.27. Okay, on to the last problem. Okay, this one's easy. How long do you need to keep $500 in the bank to become $5,000 if the interest rate is 7.5%? So we're starting off with $500. We're not making any payments. We know that's going to end up at $5,000. The interest rate per year is 7.5%. 7.5%. And I know that I need to change my payments back to annually. So second payment per year from 4, that's now going to be 1. Enter. And to get out of this screen, second quit. And we're calculating the number of years. So let's verify our inputs. We know that we're going to, future value, $5,000. No payments. Present value, $500. Interest rate, 7.5 per year. 1 payment per year. Let's compute how many years. 31.8386. Hope this video was informative.